Hi everyone, it's Maud here again, and welcome to another Workday Wind Down class. As I have mentioned in my similar classes, I decided to make multiple Workday Wind Down classes. Each one is different because, as it turns out, this is what everybody's been asking for or messaged me that they're thankful that there are short classes that they can just take after their workday or even during the day where they just want to take a break from work. So I'm glad you guys are responsive to this. I have my trusty blocks. Grab whatever props that you have, and then we will get started. So please get into your hands and knees. And then, if we've been sitting around the whole day, I'm not usually a fan of doing child's pose right away because of the folding at the hip crease. But if you just want to let go, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. So, knees apart, toes towards each other. Just make sure that if this feels a little bit upright, you can always place something between the thighs and the legs or sit on top of something. That way, you feel supported. Drop your shoulders down. Before we get into child's pose, just interlace your fingers together or get your palms together and sway the body left and right. This immediately feels good to your lower back. Breathing in and out. And already sort of letting go of your day and whatever heaviness you felt or you still feel because of your work, just pretend like you can just sprinkle them out of your head right now. And so you may sort of rotate the neck left and right, whatever feels good. As you sway the body left and right, pretend like you're also like releasing some gunk on the lower back and maybe on the sides of the body. Feel free to make the movements and the sways bigger. Maybe you start to introduce some wiggles in here. And I may have not mentioned it before, but you can also prop your elbows on top of something. And then you stop right here in the middle. Take a deep inhale here. And as you exhale, you can lengthen your arms out, drop your forehead down, and find your child's pose. And everybody's child's pose looks a little bit different. And so, whatever's comfortable to you today, whatever is within your comfort zone, like I said, you can stay propped up. You can even lift your hips a little bit higher if that's what you need. Just let your forehead touch something. Let your elbows down and try not to overdo or overthink while you're here. Your only job is to breathe and to let go of your day. Inhaling, expanding the rib cage. And as you exhale, everything goes back to home base. And you take that breathing exercise a couple more times. Just inhale, feel expansion. And exhale, coming back to center. If you want to stay here longer, press the pause button. Otherwise, take your last inhales and exhales. Open the mouth. Release. Keep the palms wherever they are. And then the next time you inhale, you're going to shift the body forward. Keep the knees where they are. You can even lift the feet if it's comfortable or keep them down, whatever's comfortable to you. Squeeze your glutes. Open the chest forward. And as you exhale, slowly shift the hips back towards your heels. Your toes can be tucked or untucked, whichever one is within your comfort zone. Inhale, shift forward, lift the feet or not. Open chest, engage shoulders in the back. Exhale, slowly rock back. Nice and slow. Remember, we're not building super high energy here. We are winding down. But that doesn't mean that we do away with any movements. In fact, we move so that we can transition all that gunk, that stuck energy over and out of the body. One more time. Stop here as you shift forward. Shift your feet. so that the tops of the feet are down. Perhaps the knees are down and the hips are up. Or you want to do upward facing dog with the knees up and off the mat as well as the hips. Whatever's comfortable to you. A little bit of elevation in the shoulder blades towards the ears is okay because they naturally do that as long as you just don't feel compressed like this. One big inhale here. And as you exhale, tuck the toes in the back and come into a nice downward facing dog. In this downward facing dog, we're going to pedal one leg at a time and feel a little bit sluggish. So try not to work too much in your down dog. However, keep your hands at least shoulder width apart with your palms spread. Keep your feet at least hip width apart. And then you still lengthen the spine. We're just going to march it out about 2 more times each side. Bending one leg at a time. Sending your hips high up towards the sky. Slowly come here to center. Just walk your hands in about 6 inches. And then let your left hand reach towards your right calf, your right shin, or your right ankle. Keeping the length in your down dog. Inhale here, and you can always soften the knees. And as you exhale, feel the back body release. Plant the left hand down. Right hand reaches over towards the outside of your left leg. Inhale here, making that letter A shape. And then exhale. Stretching the back body is so good after work. Right hand down. Plant your knees down. Come into your quadruped or hands and knees where we're going to do our cat-cows. So as you inhale, drop the belly, lift the tailbone, lift the gaze. Then as you exhale, go the other way and really push the floor away from you, rounding that spine. About 3 more times in here. Feel free to close your eyes so you can really sense this in the spine. Perhaps in the muscles in the torso, the chest and the shoulders. Perhaps the front of that belly, a little bit of activation and engagement as you curl in. Nice job. Now just walk your hands in and then come into a high kneeling position. If you have any knee issues, just feel free to fold your mat or put a blanket or something thick underneath your knees. That way you can stay a bit longer here. Let's start with the right foot forward right here. So come into this square-ish lunge, and you can keep the back toes tucked. Interlace your fingers behind you. And let's start here with some shoulder rolls right here. So really feel this opening in the chest without necessarily splaying your ribs over. So the chest is open and the ribs are back in. Couple more rolls right here. And after the last one, lift your hands away from your body best you can. If you can have a belt between your hands so you can grab them, that's good. Or even just get your palms out towards the back. You feel this opening still in the chest, that's fine too. And as you exhale, slowly bow down. Breathing in and breathing out. Slowly come back to center. This time you're going to grab the elbow, so left hand towards the right elbow, right hand towards the left. By the way, you could have done this before as well. But as you send the shoulders back, I want you guys to really engage that left glute and lift your heart up. You can lift your chin up a little bit as long as you're not really throwing it back there. Feel a little bit neutral here with the neck so you can keep looking forward or lifting up. Breathing in. Left glute is engaged. You're just trying to feel your focus and your balance right here. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And slowly release. Plant your hands down. Let's come back into that downward facing dog once again. Pedaling the legs one at a time. Again, lengthening the spine. That's the priority. Keep the bend in the legs. And then just one breath here in this downward facing dog shape or letter A shape. You can soften the knees any amount. Inhale. And as you exhale, send your knees down. Walk your hands in towards your knees, coming back into that high kneeling position. Send your hands on your lower back. Open the elbows. And then open up the chest, lifting the heart up. Find a nice, gentle camel here. Inhale. And then exhale. I talked about opening the back body. It's also good to open up the front body, especially when we're behind the desk the whole time at work. All right, left foot is forward. Pad the right knee if you have to. Tuck the back toes. It's totally cool. Interlace your fingers behind you. We're going to do this one more time. Again, you can grab elbow to elbow. But as you inhale, keeping the ribs in, lifting the chest up. Engaging that right glute. And then exhale, find your fold. Lifting the arms away from the body. I love this humble pose. It's like bowing down to something and surrendering to something. And that's how I feel like at the end of the day, sometimes like just surrender to that energy and just let go. Forget about your day. And then slowly come up. Again, grabbing elbow to elbow. This time, the right hand's going to grab the left elbow first, or whichever arm orientation you didn't do, that's what you do here. Tailbone pointed towards the mat, engaging the glutes, and then lifting the heart up by engaging the shoulder blades. Again, looking forward, or just a slight lift in the chin. Nothing too big or magnanimous here. Inhale. And then exhale. Come back into that high kneeling position. Coming back into that gentle camel. Hands on your lower back. Elbows towards each other. Chest up, ribs in. And then inhale, engage your glutes. It's a gentle, gentle camel once again. Again, super important to open up the back and the front body. And then slowly come to center. You can face any direction you like. You can face the longer side of your mat or the longer edge of your mat, or just stay where you are. I'm trying to mirror you, so lengthen your left leg out and then point your toes towards the left side, making sure the right hip is right on top of that right knee. Okay, slide the back of the left palm down towards your leg, and then inhale the right arm up. You guys know I'm a huge fan of these lateral bends. And then exhale, find this nice lateral bend right here. Opening up the right side of the body, especially the back. We're multitasking here, opening up the chest, a little bit of some strength stuff in the shoulders, really feeling that left shoulder blade come towards the spine. Elevating this right shoulder blade up, engaging the glutes, that's right. Opening up the hips, ooh, and finding your focus and balance. Slowly release, plant your right hand down. And then keep the left leg long. Inhale, left arm up. If you want a bit of balance work, sorry about that, lift your left leg up. You can even grab it behind you if you feel like just adding on a little bit of oomph. Otherwise, it's not required. You can always just keep this left foot down. Breathe in. And then breathe out, slowly release. Hands on your hips, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. This time, that right leg is long, point the toes out, left hip above the left knee, slide the back of the right palm down, and then inhale your left arm up. Ooh-wee. I love these lateral bend stretches. Reaching out towards the right. Again, feel this right shoulder blade come towards the spine. Chest is open, but you keep your ribs in. So you want to contain that sort of fire that's in your belly. Perhaps you use that fire in your belly at your workplace today and maybe just made you crabby or had a headache over it, or it just maybe not necessarily ruin your day, but did not give you a pleasant experience. So I know we all go through that. Hopefully this practice helps slowly release. Keeping the right leg long, left hand down. Inhale, right arm up. You can always just stay right here. If you want a bit of balance work, lifting that right leg, grabbing the right foot. Again, these are options and suggestions. These are not mandatory. And some days, it's just not part of my practice, so you just have to let go and be okay with doing a different shape than everybody else. Last breath, inhale. And then slowly release using your core. Lift yourself up and back to center, knees down. And so we're going to come back into our child's pose. So hands down, knees apart, feet towards each other. And then come down into your child's pose and notice the difference this time. How different your lower back feels, how different your shoulder feels, and maybe even your neck, your traps, maybe your breath. And we stay here for a couple of moments. Again, the job on the inhale is to feel expansion. And on the exhale, it's to feel like you're coming back to home base, your familiar place. Deep breath in. Exhale it out. Slide the hands underneath your shoulders. Slowly come up. You're just going to take some short twists left and right. You can sit on top of something if you want, but send your left hand outside your right thigh, and then your right hand can be on your lower back. Inhale, open up the right shoulder. This elbow serves kind of like a gate. Spine is long. Neutralize the back of the neck. Keep it soft. And then let's untwist, go over to the other side. Right hand outside the left hand on your lower back. Opening up the left shoulder. Open the door, this left elbow. Inhale in. And then exhale. Slowly come back to center. Hands to heart center here, just finding a few moments here to center yourself with the breath. And then let's rise the arms. Inhale up. And as you exhale, hands to heart center, take a deep bow. Honoring yourself, honoring your energy and your time and your space here. I commend you guys for coming into a winding down practice after work. We all need it for our sanity, for our energy, for our family, and for all the things that we need to preserve our energy for. It's just good to have a short moment of reset. So from my house to yours, namaste, which means the light in me honors the light in you. I hope you keep practicing this. Bye and take care.